Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and today I don't know whether or not I should call this a Tale with KDR episode because it does have a lot to do with combat arms. And if you guys have been watching my, more commentary inclined videos, I don't normally put like commentary or combat arms related commentaries under the 12 KDR because I don't really think it's, to hell with KDR material. Instead, just stuff that's focused on combat arms and whatnot. But I feel like this pertains to not only just combat arms but in life in general. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put this under Tell with KDR, the Tell with KDR playlist, or maybe I'll just leave it up as some random commentary. But whatever. If you guys do want me to put it as 2 with KDR, just leave a comment, I guess, and I'll stick it there. I mean, not really much of a difference with me. Anyways, for today's topic, I wanted to talk about just struggle in general. In this gameplay, you'll see that I'm using the Mini Uzi, and these are the gameplays that I've gotten for my Mini Uzi review. And I think the first gameplay I might have gotten rage kicked, but I don't remember. I always assume every gameplay I get is like ends up in a rage kick because that's half the time that's what happens anyway. But yeah, back onto the topic because I just went off a really bad tangent. Struggling and being disheartened, but still having to move on and stuff like that. Hopefully, you get the gist of it. So, like I said, I gave you the context of the gameplay, and you guys can probably see where I'm trying to go with this. These gameplays really give you a really good example of how pretty disheartening it can be in order to play combat arms. Not just combat arms, actually, but video games in general. Maybe some games more than others, but everyone has their moments where it's just really hard to progress with something that everything just seems to be working against you. In these gameplays, you'll see that I don't remember if I go negative. I probably do, but first of all, it's probably my fault for choosing a map that's pretty big and not really suited for submachine guns. But what's not my fault is the fact that the enemy team decides to use mines, everyone's using Annex Rares, and the fact that my entire team sucks. I mean, those are factors that obviously I can't control, so I can't really blame anything for that. I can only blame myself for being an idiot and picking a map called Ghost Town, which is probably not the best map for submachine guns. In fact, it's pretty damn bad if you're caught out in the open. But for gameplay's sake, I have to pick some sort of map, and it just happened that that Ghost Town game I remember was the only available game in the only available server channel in Bravo. So that was the only room that I could have ever gone to in order for me to get a gameplay, and I was crossing my fingers, hoping that this room wasn't going to be a complete dick towards me. But in fact, it's the exact opposite. That's what happened. So getting this gameplay was a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pain. And the vast majority of people, if they were to be stuck in my shoe, they was like, nope, not doing it. Nope, just press escape, click on the exit room button, click on yes on the do you agree to lose all your match post game experience points and GP points that you would earn if you had stayed here? Yep, and get the fuck out of the room. They would do that. I mean, you might sit here thinking, oh no, that's not true. I would stick through the game. No way. There's no way I would rage quit. No, chances are you probably will. And don't fucking lie to me, you probably will. And I'm not trying to say that I'm some holier than thou role model who wouldn't rage quit out of games. I've rage quit out of plenty of games before, don't get me wrong. It's just that for the purpose of, getting YouTube gameplays, making a video, I had to stay. I had to stay and finish out the game so that if I were to show that I rage quit halfway through the game and record it and put it up on my channel, then that means that people would think, oh yeah, this guy's a fucking douchebag for rage quitting halfway into the game just because he wasn't man enough to stick through it. And that kind of ties in with another concept, but that I won't go into this video. The fact that there's a lot of social pressure when you're doing YouTube. There's all these judgmental people that watch people's YouTube videos and think that, oh, you have to do YouTube this way, or YouTube have to act this way. But again, that's a topic for another day. The message I want to get across here is that there are certain situations that whether or not you have the choice, it's very hard to get yourself out of. It's kind of like, because I'm a history major in college, it's kind of like a Vietnam situation, for those of you guys who have studied modern American history, where, if you guys are familiar with Vietnam at all, the U.S. got stuck in you got embroiled in the Vietnam conflict during the Cold War, and, it was really hard for U.S. to pull out. The United States got in. They thought they were, containing communism in the Southeast Asia, I believe. Where's Vietnam? I don't even know geography. Somewhere in that region. And, but when they actually got in there, they found out, hey, wait, this was probably a bad idea. We can't really get out of it now. So what do we do? It's kind of it's kind of like that situation, except I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to make a lot of people die in the process because of a stupid damn war. So I guess I have that luxury, right? But like I said, it's basically the same concept. So how does one kind of deal with that? How do you go about kind of counteracting that? I don't really know what quite the proper word is to describe like how to get yourself out of it or how to deal with it. That's probably the best phrase I'm gonna have to use to put my sentiments into words. But like I said in the beginning of this commentary, it doesn't have to be limited to video games. Sure, you can see this kind of situation that I'm in a Combat Arms gameplay, but there's plenty of situations in real life that you'll find yourself in this situation or in some sort of situation that describes what I'm trying to say, and it'll happen. And if it hasn't happened to you, then great, you never have to worry about it just yet, but guaranteed you're gonna have to figure out, you're gonna have to experience the feeling of being trapped in a sort of quagmire that you don't really know how to get yourself out of. And some may be easier than others, like a video game, it's pretty easy. If you really don't want to deal with it, then fine, just get out of the game, and no one, in the end, no one's gonna tell you what to do. And if you want to rage quit out of the game because you don't think that you're gonna win the game or whatever damn reason that you want to rage quit, then go ahead. No one, in the end, no one gives a damn. People might say, oh, you're just a rage quitting faggot, and they just might call you names and whatnot. But if you don't care about that, then you don't care. The words are just gonna be words. It's not like they're gonna do anything against you. Hopefully not. But sometimes in life, decisions aren't really that easy. Sometimes, you find yourself stuck in a situation where there is no rage quit button. You can't just get out of it. You can't just disconnect yourself from it and say, "Oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Fuck it. I'm just gonna wash my hands clean of it and just call it a day. Whatever. Fuck it." It doesn't work like that, and it's in my situation, it's a little bit towards kind of like the more extreme side of this kind of spectrum here, because I'm a YouTuber. If I show people that, oh, I rage quit half my games, then what does that do to my reputation? It basically crushes it. It just, boom, there goes my reputation. What kind of reputation do I have now? A reputation of being a freaking rage quitting bitch. And while I really don't care about what people think, a part of doing YouTube is acknowledging the fact that not a lot of people are that understand. In fact, the vast majority of the people who are the vocal community of YouTube don't quite understand that YouTubers have the freedom to do whatever the hell they want, and people should not judge them for what they do unless they are acting in very extreme ways. Then if someone's doing something really bad on YouTube, then obviously we gotta do something about it. But if it's just related to video games, if we know for a fact that what they do is ultimately harmless towards other people, at least physically, and there isn't any malicious or derogatory content against like one specific group of people, then it's fine. But it's just because of the whole YouTube pressure, the social pressure thing, YouTubers like me have to deal with that additional pressure in order to in order to deal with this, or not, I shouldn't say in order to, but in conjunction with dealing with these, like, how do I get myself out of this kind of situation? It's like, just like this gameplay that you're seeing here, I want to rage quit, I want to get out of this, I want to get myself out of this kind of situation, but, first of all, personal morals, because I don't rage quit, because that's just not who I am, that's not what I do, so I just stay in the game and tough it out till the very end, and because if I were to record myself, rage quitting, then what do my viewers think of me? What do the people who watch my videos, to get entertainment or whatnot, or for information, like, reviews and whatnot, what will they think of me? What will they think of me, and how will that affect my YouTube career and my path to becoming a bigger YouTuber to the point where I can make a living off of this? So there you guys go. It's kind of a concept that's just good for food for thought, but it can be a little bit more than that. Inevitably, everyone who's listening to this commentary will have to come across a difficult situation where they can't necessarily get themselves out of it, whether or not it's your fault for getting into it in the first place. If you can avoid getting into those situations, then by all means, I'm the type of person who doesn't want to have to deal with as trouble as much as he can. If there's something that I can avoid that I know will cause a lot of trouble for me in the future or in the near future, whatever, then I'm just not going to touch it. Just avoid it completely and just let it boil over, and then try to sift through the ruins, so to speak, to find my way out of it again. But it's like I said, life isn't that simple. There's going to be situations where even though you can avoid it, you feel compelled to get yourself involved and get yourself stuck in it for whatever purpose or whatever gain, or for whatever reason that you might have, personal or altruistic. So I don't know. It's just it's those kinds of situations are very, very difficult. In my opinion, they're one of the most difficult experiences that anyone can have. The fact that you're trapped in this kind of situation, whether or not it was your fault for getting in the first place, and you can't get out of it very easily. In fact, maybe you can't get out of it at all for a long time. If that's the case, then I feel sorry for you, son. But what can you do, right? I guess in order to answer the what can you do question is, just tough it out. Just tough it out. Recognize the fact that, you're in a difficult situation. You know that you're in a difficult situation, and you know that the only way that things are going to get resolved is by just simply manning up, toughing it out, and just making the most out of what results out of the fallout, so to speak. And honestly, I really do feel like that's the best way, because by doing that, you kind of develop as a more mature person. Because you kind of tough things out, you realize that you know how to deal with adversity, you know how to deal with the difficulty, and you know that when another time like this comes along, you can cope with it better. And it just ultimately, those kinds of experiences are good, but not good in the sense that what you might lose in the process of becoming a more mature and more grown up person. Who knows? Maybe these kinds of experiences will ultimately damage you more than it'll help you grow as an adult. Who knows? I can't really speak for everyone, because life is random and it's always going to be random, and who knows what will happen in the future. But then again, make the most out of everything you get, and just acknowledge the fact that there will be troubled times, there will be hard times, and it's up to us to make the most out of what we have, and just either tough it out or wait for things to get better and then move on, right? So, thanks for listening to the commentary. Thanks for listening to my rant. This may, like I said, I don't know whether or not I should put this under the To Hell with KDR commentary playlist, but you guys can decide that for yourselves. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. びっくりしてってね。